In this video, we'll go over the basics of using visual menus. Visual menus are button-based menus that pop up on your screen whenever you press a keyboard shortcut. To create new menus or set keyboard shortcut for menus, you'll need to launch the Visual Menus script. The first time you launch it, you'll notice a number of sample menus. You can double-click on them to get an idea of what they look like and what they do. But you don't need to use them, they're just samples. If you want to begin using them, all you need to do is set a keyboard shortcut for the menu using this button here. And I'll show you how to do that later. But first, let's go through the process of creating a menu from scratch. Do that by clicking the New button, giving it a name, call it Favorites. Here's where you select the button layout or template that you want. I'll go with this one. Double click to open it, and let's change the style up a little bit. I'll click on the menu action button and choose Edit Style. And a quick way to apply some style would be to select a preset from the drop-down menu. Or you can use these buttons to go back and forth between them. Let's start with this one and change it up a little bit. Let's change the color of the button. Let's scale it up just a little bit. And we're good, so I'll hit Accept. Now let's add some actions to the buttons. There are several ways to do this. Probably the easiest way is to just control-click a button. And that brings up the action editor. There are a couple of other ways to do it. You can alt-click the button and then choose Assign Action, and that brings up the same dialog box. You can also hit this toggle button here, which toggles on and off the action button for every button in your menu. And then you just click the button and choose Assign Action. I'm going to just control-click it because I think that's probably the easiest way for me. There are a number of different types of actions that you can add to the button. The first one is all of the built-in DAZ Studio commands. There are over 700 of them. For example, let's add in zero figure for one of them. And let's try render. Iray viewport draw style. Texture shaded, it's under viewport. If you have custom actions, it's really easy to select them and add them to your button. Also, if you have scripts anywhere on your hard drive, you can just browse to them and add them right to a button. If you want to add a quick script without actually having to save a file and navigate to it, you can do it right here in inline script. I'll do a quick one here to toggle visibility of whatever item you have selected in the scene. You can also add content items. Figures, poses, hair, wardrobe, whatever. The items that you have available to add are whatever items you have selected in the Content Library pane and the Smart Content pane. So if you plan on adding items, it's a good idea to select them before opening up the menu. You can also have a button trigger another visual menu. For instance, if we have a menu created with all of our favorite figures on it, you can attach that to a button so that when you click it, it opens up that menu. This allows you to create a chain of nested menus to meet whatever your needs are. The last thing we need to do before we can start using our menu is assign a keyboard shortcut to it. We can do that with the Set Shortcut via Customize button. When you press it, DAZ Studio's native customization dialog box opens up. And if you've never seen this before, it can be a little bit intimidating, but it's really not that bad. All you need to do is unfold Custom, which is always at the top of the list, and then find the menu that you want to add the shortcut for. In our case, it's called Favorites, so let's look for a launch VM, which is the prefix for all of the visual menu items here. And there it is there at the bottom of the list. So All we have to do is right-click it, select Change Keyboard Shortcut, and now it's waiting for us to press the keys on our keyboard. I'm going to go with Shift F. And now it's set. Let's do a couple more just for practice here. Right-click, change keyboard shortcut, and press a key on your keyboard that you want for the shortcut. Right-click, select Change Keyboard Shortcut, and press the key on your keyboard. Sometimes if the key is already in use somewhere else in DAZ Studio, it will come up and warn you. If I'm not familiar with it and I'm not using that shortcut, I always just click Yes. So once we've set our shortcuts here, we can click Accept, and our window here should update with the current keyboard shortcuts that we've just set. Now that we've created our menu and we've assigned a keyboard shortcut to it, we can close the VisualMenus script and not have to open it up again until we want to do something like create a new menu or change a keyboard shortcut or any of those higher level type of activities. So here we are in our viewport. Let's try to open up that menu with Shift F. And there we go. Shift F. Once the hotkeys are set, they become persistent in DAZ Studio. So if you were to close DAZ Studio and open it back up again tomorrow or next week, the shortcut key should still launch your menus without having to rerun the VisualMenus script. Well, that's the basics of using VisualMenus. Thank you for watching.